out with Niall on the net, where we just yap about random stuff that happens in my life. Today I went to the DMV, so I want to yap a little bit about the DMV experience. And then I want to yap about this viral video that I saw with this little girl on a flight. It was like a 14-hour flight. She was like stabbing, she had a fork. She was like stabbing one of the people with a fork. So I want to yap about y'all's badass kids. And of course, Olive is with me. So you can see her little tail. You might even see her little nose pop up. That's my homegirl. That's the only child I have. Okay, we'll yap more about that a little later. I'm coming from a different little space in my little abode. This is the studio. Okay, this is the office. This is my reading room. Yeah, in the other video, I was at my little makeup section, my little makeup area. You know, you gotta have little sections in your home to make you happy. Anyway, let me tell you about what happened to me at the DMV. So, I don't know, for those of you, you may or may not know, but everybody in the USA has to get a real ID now in order to be able to travel domestically. And my ID card is getting ready to expire at the end of next month, so I need to go and get it done. Now, I already knew to anticipate the wait at the DMV. You know, when you go to the DMV, you're going to have to wait. So I thought I was going to be prepared. Okay. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready type of girly. So I had my application. I went onto the DMV's website, printed out the application, filled that out. Had my proof of residency, had my proof of citizenship, had my birth certificate, passport, utility bill, lease, everything. Get into the DMV. It's like 12:30. By 2 o'clock, 2:45, I'm getting called. Perfect. I'm about to go up. Okay, I'm about to have a fabulous experience. I'm all smiling. Hi, how you doing? Talking to the people the lady at the DMV counter. She was so nice. We start yipping and yapping. She makes me do the eye exam. I pass that. It feels like we are home free. I am flying through this DMV experience. Excited. I'm about to get out. The sun is shining. It's feeling like it's time to get outside. Yes. We're going to be done. Ciao. Tell me why she looks at my lease and she's like, oh, this lease is expired. And I was like, well, the lease is good for a year and then you go on a month to month. Now on the DC DMV website, it said to bring an unexpired lease, but it didn't have any provisions for month to month. So if you're still in the month to month tenancy, I'm thinking that is an active lease. Apparently no. And of course, is there any fine print on the DC website? Is there any stipulation that said that? No. I don't know what's going on. The makeup is looking a little patchy. You know what I realized? Sometimes my eyes water, and then when I put on the eyeshadow, the eye water like travels to the shadow. Is that better? Okay, anyway, sorry. So there's no stipulation on the website. I really despise that when people think when companies, when businesses are putting together information, is there nobody to think about the things that no one's thinking about? Like, I feel like there should always be someone in the room to say, what if? What if there's a month-to-month lease? What would we do for that? I feel like the camera's going to be shaking because Olive, she's going under the desk and back out. Under, back out. If I would have left her out, she would be barking galore to try to come in. So anyway, so it was so annoying. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to let this ruin my little day. I call my apartment complex. They should be able to do what I need. I call them. First of all, the apartment complex that I stay in, they've been through lots of owners and lots of litigation. So the apartment complex just got bought out by a brand new owner. This owner is supposed to have the tenant association. They told the tenant association, the tenants aren't going to have to worry. We're going to come in. They've even renamed my apartment complex, okay, to try to, I guess, make you feel different about it. Cool. So I call and ask, it's 2:45, okay? The rental office, I think it closes at 5 or 6. The DMV closes at 4. I'm like, okay, I'll call ahead, tell them what I need, go up, get the letter, and come back, get it done. No, the efficiency gods were not on my side today. Apparently, they're on no one's side ever. Efficiency is on no one's side ever. Like, anyway, okay. So I call Lady picks up the telephone, young lady picks up the phone. I asked for a proof of residency, and she's like, oh, that is a request that you needed to put in 24 hours in advance. Where is that? Where is that listed? So I said, can you tell me the list of services that you all provide? What is the list of services? Where can I find the list of services? She's like, what? I said, you just said that I have to wait 24 hours. Can you direct me to all the list of services like maintenance requests, requests to talk about your rent? Like, where is it listed? Where are the business hours even listed? I mean, ma'am, it's not on our website. So if it's not on the website, how do you expect the residents to know that this type of request needs 24 hours? Are you telling me that it's a standard? Or are you saying, I can get that for you, but it's going to take me 24 hours? You know what I'm saying? Okay, anyway. Long story short, 24 hours is actually not 24 hours because I have to wait till Monday. I just don't get it. I don't get why. Actually, I do get it. I do get it. I get it because in the customer service industry, there are not good people. There is not good training. Let me say it that way. There's not good training around anticipating your customers' needs. The DMV did not anticipate that people are on month-to-month leases, and perhaps their website might need to say, if it's month-to-month, do X. My apartment complex did not anticipate that people are going to need proof of residency, so they needed to put something on their website. This customer service industry has lost the anticipating the customer's needs. I don't know. I guess the reason why is because they don't have to anticipate your needs, because what's going to happen is my ass going to wait till Monday, go up in there and get the letter, go back to the DMV and do what I need to do, because ultimately the need for the service outweighs the hiccups along the way. That's just mad frustrating. Mad frustrating and corny for no reason. There genuinely is no reason for that. Like, this the type of efficiency that needs to be looked into, not that other type of efficiency looking into that's going on. This is the real efficiency things. Oh, so frustrating. We're back in the studio. Okay, earlier I was talking about the DMV, and then I forgot that but me and my auntie went to have dinner and drinks. Let me tell you, my auntie is going to be 78 this year, and she still loves a good happy hour. She still loves a good steak. She loves to shop. She legit is the pinnacle of auntiness, you know? She still got it. She's still moving and shaking and grooving. She works for the government, so I got to go for like the first time ever. I've never been to my aunt's job, but I got to go, like it was a field trip, but I went to her job and met her, got to meet some of her co-workers. It was really cute. But yeah, so let me get back to yapping. I saw this clip online of a little kid on a flight. It was like a 14-hour flight, and the little girl has like a knife, legit knife, not a plastic knife, like a silverware knife, it looked like. And from the clip, I saw it on TikTok, though, a woman was sitting in the, look, Olive. She's got to come in. So you might see her little nose or whatever. Anyway, so there's a woman sitting in the chair, and the little girl is poking her with the knife. And where the clip picks up, if I can find the clip and figure out how to insert it into the video, I'll do. Hey, she over here stabbed people with forks. She just ran up and stabbed me with a fork. I almost knocked her. I'm gonna fuck her up. She ran up and hit me and stabbed me with a fork. Yes, I don't know whose kid that is. Did I get her? Smack the shit out of her. And it got me to thinking, a couple of weeks ago, early March, I took a train up to New York for work, and they booked me a seat in business class that had a table, so I had to like share and sit across from someone, and I had to sit across from this little kid. He had to be about 10 years old, so like old enough to understand. the little kid he was kicking underneath the chair, kicking underneath the seat. And because we were sitting across from each other, he was kicking me. And for a little while, I sat there and I thought to myself, I could totally just be quiet. His mother was sitting next to me, and I think his brother was next to him. I was thinking to myself, you know what? You could just be quiet. He's a little kid. And then, you know what I thought? That's not my child. That's this lady's child. Like, at what point, if the parents are not saying anything, is it appropriate to treat the kid like the stranger they are? So I leaned across. I said nothing to the mother. I leaned across and I said, excuse me, you're kicking me. And he looked at me, and he looked at me kind of weird. I said, you're kicking me. You've been kicking me this entire time. I want you to not kick me. The mother, she doesn't say anything. She doesn't say, oh, I'm sorry. She doesn't say, little Kevin, stop. She didn't say anything. Okay, cool. So train ride keeps going. Literally 15 minutes later, the little boy is kicking again. Kicking me. He's 10. I mean, I think that's old enough to be able to tell that you're hitting someone. So I leaned over and I said, if you kick me again, the next time you stick your leg out, you're going to pull it back and it won't have a foot on it. Then the mother turns to me and says, you don't have to threaten my son. Lady, I said, he's been kicking me this entire time. I said something to him. You heard me say something to him. So what's next? At what point does the community help you raise your kids? Is that because it's clear that you have not taught this person home manners and training. So if you haven't taught them home training, then what's the appropriate way to teach a kid home training? Wouldn't they learn by being out in the world? Ugh. Every single day I see stories like this. Every single day I'm thankful I don't have children. Like, I just, no thanks. No thanks. Ugh. I don't know what I would do. What would you do? What would you do if you were on a 14-hour flight, or you were on the Amtrak and some child was physically harming you? Like, what is going on? They don't teach keep your hands to yourself? I guess not. Anyway, can we talk about Bad Sisters on Apple TV? I discovered this series. I'm sure it's old. I'm sure people have seen it, but it's new to me. Me and my sister started watching it at the beginning of the year. It's a story of like maybe 5 sisters. It takes place in England. And it's a story of how one of the sisters who's married, her husband like really treats her like crap, and all of the shenanigan that ensues from that. It's on Apple TV. It's 2 seasons. It's so good. Each of the sisters has their own like personality. The oldest sister had to raise the younger sisters because the parents passed away. It's really, really good. But one of the characters, the character that is married to the guy who doesn't treat her so well, she really like first of all, the acting is amazing, but she acted so well that like at one point you're like annoyed, like, why are you staying around? And it got me to thinking about this one time early in life. I'm talking early, maybe when I was in my early 20s. I was head over heels in love with this guy. I mean, so in love. I packed up. I moved states to like play house with this guy. I guess, I don't know. Is that a rite of passage for you when you're young? I don't know. My mom told me not to do it, but I didn't listen. I just knew I was in love. But I was so in love with him. And what's so crazy is how it's so easy to fall into abusive or like toxic relationship before you even know it, you know. Like when we first started dating, I mean, we were together a long time. We were together like 7 years. Like, I think I met him when I was 21. So it's a really long time. When we first got together, he was so sweet. I mean, we fell in love with each other. He was so sweet, head over heels. I mean, I met him at a nightclub. I met him at Platinum Club in Washington, D.C. Do y'all remember the Platinum Club? Was that what it's called? Or is it called VIP? I can't remember. I think it was Platinum Club. I think that's what it was called. Oh my gosh, those are like the good old clubbing days in DC. Anyway, I met him there. He was from North Carolina. Oh my gosh, I just thought he was so beautiful. He was like tall, and he had these beautiful green eyes, and he was Black and Native American. He was just like so beautiful. And I must have really thought, I just thought, I could not believe that this guy was into me, because I just thought he was so beautiful. I really did not think so highly of myself. And throughout the course of our relationship, little by little by little, he would say like really mean stuff to me. Like, you know, I can remember when I started gaining weight, and he would talk about my weight, and, You know, it wasn't like mean cussing you out. It wasn't violent. It was just mean. When I watched that Bad Sisters TV show and I was getting so frustrated with the lady trying to figure out, how come you're not leaving? Like, girl, just leave him. I had to remind myself, and you never really know what a person is going through. And I look back when I was in that relationship, I know my family and my friends, they had no idea that he was talking mean to me like that. Like, no idea. And I didn't tell anybody. I didn't tell anyone. I didn't even know what to do. Fast forward, you know, some 20 years later, I would never let a man talk to me any old kind of way now, like ever in life. Like, and be mean. And then you still want to like lay down with me, but you're like to your core, you're mean. Absolutely not. Like, I would never do that. But had I guess had I not gone through that relationship, then I wouldn't have known any better. Then I didn't even have any really good comebacks. But now, oh my gosh, the amount of wit and smarts in my comeback game, especially with a man, it's unmatched. No, I'm just kidding. It's good. It's good. Glad I know now that literally what's love got to do with it. You know what I'm saying? There's some more stuff that was thinking about. I was thinking about that today. Well, it's Friday and I am desperately avoiding the chores of cleaning. I think I'm going to curl up, take off all my makeup and glamour, and curl up with one of those books that I need to try to get through. Now that I've had an outfit change in one day, that was like enough. Now it's time to get to relaxing. Maybe tomorrow I'll go to Trader Joe's. Don't you love going to Trader Joe's and getting the fresh cut flowers and feeling like you're making yourself a bouquet and putting them in the house? Girl, buy yourself some flowers. If you have not bought yourself some flowers, it don't even have to be from Trader Joe's. Go to a grocery store. Buy yourself flowers. Buy yourself flowers once a month and make yourself a bouquet and put them up and tell me, don't you feel like so much better? Don't wait for someone to buy you flowers. Buy yourself some flowers. Okay, well, I'll see y'all again in my next video. I don't know what we're going to yap about. Leave some suggestions of what you might want to talk about. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with your girl. If you like what you saw, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'm Nile, and thanks for hanging out with me down here on the net. Bye.